Thanks for visiting my YouTube channel, Highlighted Jamaican-American Art, a special kind of art. Today, I'll be making Jamaican-style cabbage. It's one of the few Jamaican dishes on my YouTube channel that my Jamaican relatives didn't teach me how to make. I learned from one of my favorite Jamaican restaurants. Their cook cooked their foods very similar to how my Jamaican auntie cooked hers. For my Jamaican-style cabbage, in addition to the cabbage, I'll be using various bell peppers, shredded carrots. I buy them shredded, makes it so much easier. Dried thyme, and of course, water for cooking. Simple ingredients for a quick and delightful dish. So let's get started. After I've thoroughly washed the vegetables, I start out by cutting the cabbage into nice thin strips. Now, I'm not using the whole cabbage because I'm only cooking for a certain amount of people. But I want to cut them so that the strips are nice and thin. Okay, nice thin strips. So I'm just going to keep cutting them until I have enough cut. And then I'll be going to cut the peppers. So as I'm separating the cabbage, you can see that there are still some pieces that are too thick. So I'm going to take those out and cut them again so that they're to the thin slices that we want. Okay, now that I've sliced the cabbage into thin pieces, I'm going to do the same thing to the bell peppers, slicing them into nicely sliced thin pieces. And as I did with the cabbage, some of the cabbage pieces, I'll probably have to do some same thing with some of the peppers slices. And in addition to cutting the pieces that are too thick to make them thinner, I also cut out the light greens area. I'll probably have to do the same with the red peppers. Because even though there's nothing wrong with them, you don't want them in your cabbage. Don't want that piece. Of course, that's a little too thin, that one right there. So I get something to snack on. Now, like I said before, I got the carrots already shredded. Yeah, I guess I could have done it myself to have them be closer to the length of the peppers and the cabbage, but too time consuming for me. So now that everything is cut and shredded, I'm going to toss them together. And I just want to try and toss them so that they're evenly distributed. Because even though cabbage is the main ingredient, you include the others as well. And I think I could use a bigger dish for this, but I'm also the type who can make do when need be. Someone had actually said that about one of my posts from my dad's American side. As my dad, he taught me how to use power tools. And I didn't have the bench in the room that I was using. So I took 2 old heaters that were no longer working, had no electricity or anything like that to them, put them together, and used them as a bench. And the viewer was very impressed with that. But next time, I will use a bigger bowl. Okay, now that I've mixed these, I'm adding the dry thyme. I mean, use your discretion. You don't need a whole bunch of thyme. You just want to add enough to give your cabbage a little extra flavor. Yeah, I definitely need a bigger bowl next time. So now it's time to start the cooking process. Now, I'll put the stove at a medium heat so that everything will cook to a nice consistency without overcooking. Okay, I just put in my water, and you want to be very cautious with the amount of water. Because you don't want your vegetables, your cabbage, your carrots, and your peppers and all that to be overcooked. And as I've said in some of my other posts, when I was visiting my southern relatives, they looked at some vegetables that I made and they were like, that vegetable don't look cooked. Now, overcooked vegetables is a custom to the U.S. Vegetables are supposed to be healthy. And overcooked, soggy, salt-infused vegetables are not. So I'm going to cook this down. Should probably take about 10, 12, 15 minutes at the most. And then we'll be done. Okay, it's approximately 12 to 15 minutes later, and as you can see, my Jamaican-style cabbage is cooked. See how nice and colorful it is? Because it's not overcooked. It's nice and crispy because it's not overcooked. And one of the reasons why I decided to learn cabbage this way is because my sibling took their child to a Jamaican restaurant and ordered cabbage. And they looked at the cabbage and they were like, this cabbage isn't like Auntie's cabbage. And as flattered as I am that they love my cabbage so much, I figured, in addition to my Jamaican roots, it's good for them to try different forms of the same food. Okay, there's some water left in there, but not tons. Thanks for visiting my YouTube channel. I hope this helps you with Jamaican-style cabbage. Please like and subscribe. I hope you return, as I intend to return with more Jamaican cooking and other art aspects of high-bedded Jamaican-American art. Till next time.